Welcome to another day in the life of homeschooling with us. I am so happy you are here. My name is Marissa. I'm a homeschooling mama of 6 and a Bible-believing Christian, and I wanted to make this video to share a bit of encouragement and to possibly challenge you to reflect upon your homeschool rhythm and routine and see where we can make more improvements to better and further educate our children well.
Dad's grabbing that picture.
This week has been quite funny. I have had a lot of different trials and things come up, which always seems to be the way, that have really interrupted our homeschool routine and have challenged myself as the educator. And I've really been able to see where my strengths lie and where the weaknesses are in our home and in our rhythm. There was this one podcast that I was listening to. I can't remember who said it, but they basically said that we like to tell ourselves that we are doing our best, but a lot of the time when we tell ourselves that, we're actually not. And this is an example of my home. On this particular day, every single room was trashed. Like when I say every single room, I mean every single space. And I did get my children to help out and clean. On this particular day, I started to notice that I was falling behind. We were not getting sufficient homeschool done on a typical day anymore, and this hadn't been lasting for very long. It is a blessing that I usually catch it pretty early on. It had probably been about a week or two where I had found that we just were not getting through our lessons. My kids were not being as engaged as I desired them to be. And so things had to change. And so one of the changes I made is getting out this little, I don't know what it's called. It's like a letter board I got from Kmart. But I started putting up our daily routine. And it's now been probably over a week since we have used this. And it is a game changer in our homeschool days, especially for my son. He hates not knowing how long things are going to take. And so now having a regular visual representation, he can also read now. It's been so helpful for us because he doesn't even ask me what's happening today. He doesn't ask what we're doing. He doesn't ask what's happening with school because he just sees it every morning. Highly recommend. Something that we are really consistent on and that really grounds our day is our morning time. So 5 days a week, we sit down as a family as we eat breakfast, and I will do a few things. Currently, we are reading a poem by A.B. Patterson. I found this book at the op shop. So happy about that. And then we will get into our theology book. It's kind of like a devotion, with a few scriptures, and then we finish off with our scripture memory.
Peter even lied and said he did not know Jesus. Jesus was mocked.
Now, this has actually become shorter than what I had done in the past. Usually, our morning time would last 30 to 40 minutes because I really wanted to use this time to read to them. And while I have poetry I'm reading to them and scripture, over time, I have just really minimized our morning time, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am a big believer in simplifying and doing things that matter. However, I truly did felt convicted. I feel like our morning time is no longer rich. It's super quick. Sometimes it lasts 10 minutes, sometimes it's 20. But I do think that reading an actual book at this time is going to be a thing I reintroduce in the coming weeks. So let's talk about flexibility. This is one of my biggest strengths. I have no problem with changing up our day, and I am quite good at getting things done throughout the day, even if things pop up. Like, we will sometimes get visitors come over. Yesterday, actually, my 4-year-old girl, she has a weak elbow, and she fell off her bike in the garage and dislocated her elbow again. And this is just one of the many frustrating little things that has been happening lately, where it's just completely interrupted our homeschool day. So we had to spend 2 hours all up because I needed to drop the kids off to grandma while I took her to the doctors to get it put back in. The other week we were also really sick, and because we have many children, of course our kids get sick one at a time. And so I feel like I have not had a break. And so I wanted to share my experience with you guys, because I know that I am not alone, and I know that I feel those moments of guilt. Now, I'm not going to tell you to just suppress that guilt that you feel. I do not believe that that's right or that's good. God has given us emotions to tell us messages. And when I start feeling guilt, I know that it is because I just need to get better. It's honestly as simple as that. And so for the past few days, I have been really focusing on having more routine. Now, usually I follow a rhythm, but I have been getting a bit too relaxed with this rhythm. I stopped educating my 4-year-old every day. Now, she is only 4, but she truly desires to do worksheets and bookwork. Because she's seeing her older sister and brother do it every day, she really wants to do it. And instead of me encouraging that in her, instead of me taking advantage of her current stage and joy and eagerness to learn, I've been pushing her away. And that's not good. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to use these moments when she's excited, because that excitement does slowly start to wear off. At least for my kids it has, as the reality of schoolwork starts setting in. Now, I still stick to very short lessons. My kindergartner girl is only doing about 20 minutes for her math and language arts. This is only because she breezes through it. She does not have any difficulty at all. My 7-year-old, he turns 8 in December. His workload is actually taking a little bit longer. His math especially, we use the good and the beautiful, and he is up to math level 3. The workload, it is taking him a good 40 minutes to get a lesson done. And some days I just needed to cap it at the 40-minute mark, because there are some concepts he has not yet mastered and he can get quite frustrated. So with language arts and math for my 7-year-old and work with my 6-year-old, that is already taking up an hour and a half of my day for our individual subjects. When we add on my morning time, that's another ideally 30 minutes. We are already at the 2-hour mark. 2 hours for me is good, it's solid, but it's not enough. I have really enjoyed having these 2 hours of school, but I can do more, and everyone's capacity is different. If you only have one child and you are getting 2 hours of solid focused work done, that is incredible. Enjoy the rest of your day. But for me, I have other children who are eager to learn, and so 2 hours, for me, doing more than 2 hours, it's more than doable, and I truly do feel convicted that I should be doing more. I can handle more. The only reason why I haven't been doing more is because I have honestly been bad with my time management and not upkeeping my duties as a homemaker and as a homeschooler. So I really hope that this isn't making you feel guilty or less than. Please don't unsubscribe. My desire truly is to say that we all go through the same struggles, especially as homeschooling mums. There is a scripture that says that there is no temptation that is uncommon to man. We all go through it. Okay, and we do need to find the wisdom and go to God and ask for the wisdom to determine, is this a lie from the devil that he is feeding me? Is this anxiety and stress and chaos in my home? Is it caused by the enemy, or is it simply self-inflicted because I am just not managing my time right, and I am not being the best I can be? I truly believe that when we do all for the glory of God, incredible things happen in our home, in our relationships. And so I really hope that you are just always turning to Christ and leaning on him for strength and wisdom in these times, and also constantly do an audit on your homeschooling days. Every week when I sit down to plan our days out, I am asking myself what has been working, what hasn't been working, and I adjust the week based on that. So for us, the Wins have been using our homeschool routine board, the one you saw in the beginning. That has been an absolute game changer. Another thing is prioritizing my kids' language arts and math. I would rather do language arts and math with 3 of my children each day and get that done, have them engaged and do it well, and not do anything else officially for the subjects, compared to just getting it done with my 7-year-old and then, just having chaos for the rest of the day. Having routine and rhythm in our homeschool day is good. I actually find if we leave too much free time in our days, the kids start getting funny. They don't know what to do. They're whinging, they're bored. They start saying they're hungry every 30 minutes. And that's because I have not facilitated a day that is engaging enough. And we need to take that seriously, girls. We are these children's educators. That is such a blessing and it's a serious responsibility that I truly don't think enough homeschoolers, they don't take it serious enough. And so my encouragement to you is that you make the changes necessary, that you reflect on the things that are working and that aren't. Make the changes that you need to create an even more joyful and happy and rich education for your children. So if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below on what your biggest struggle has been lately, and like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.